Welcome aboard, fellow passengers. I'm BusyBee, your guide for this week's episode of Not Quite Entertainment, and I've dragged hijinks along for the ride once more.
As always.
As always, since I know what the fandom topic is, it was a lot easier to figure out what the pop culture trivia was for this week. The answer? Music. So, I didn't actually type this part of my intro out because I knew I was scanning at a list of like 50 to 100 songs. So, to top it off, the top 10 songs from 2005. We Belong Together by Mariah Carey. Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani.
Oh,
Let Me Love You by Mario. Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
thank you. Oh, sorry.
The One Two Step, Sierra featuring Missy Elliott. Uh, Gold Digger with Kanye West featuring Jamie Foxx. I didn't realize Jamie Foxx actually had any music credits. I don't know why I didn't know that.
Are you serious? Did
I
you not see
am,
right? He won an Oscar.
and
He won an Oscar for portraying Ray Charles.
okay, I knew he was an actor. I didn't realize he's a singer.
He portrayed Ray Charles and did all of the vocals.
Number seven.
I hereby disavow you as my child.
She does it like three times a week, folks. It means nothing to me anymore. Number seven is Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day.
The
Eight
best.
is Candy Shop, 50 Cent featuring Olivia. Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls featuring Busta Rhymes. And rounding out the top 10 is Behind These Hazel Eyes by Kelly Clarkson.
Look at Kelly with two of them.
Yeah, in the top 10. Uh, I'm going to skip down a little bit to number 16, which is Mr. Brightside by The Killers. As we've discussed before, this came out in 2004, folks. Sleeper hit. Don't mess with us. But there were a lot of good songs that came out this year. Like a lot of Fall Out Boy songs. I'm guessing that album came out. Sugar, We're Going Down, and all that fun stuff. What was this other one I saw? Oh, yes. I Don't Care How Y'all Feel About Them. I actually like them. Photographed by Nickelback came out.
Yes.
um,
It's not.
my husband will refuse to admit, unless you actually personally know him, that he knows like a lot of like the dance club songs. So just a little bit came out this year, and he knows every single word. Don't
Oh,
you
well,
lie to
I'll use
me.
that against him. Thank you. Thank you for that ammunition. I appreciate it.
Oh, Dance Dance. That was the other Fall Out Boy song. There was one other one I found. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Ponder Replay by Rihanna. And the last one I'm going to mention is Soldier by Destiny's Child. And the reason why I'm bringing up that one is because 2005 was the last year that Destiny's Child wore matching outfits. So this is
Matching
the
outfits or we're together?
both. It's my guess. Because that was the very specific stat I saw was 2005 was the last year they wore matching outfits. I'm like, did they
That makes
disband in
it sound like I was
2005?
about to say that makes it sound like that was probably the
I think they
last year that
disbanded.
they were together. You think? That sounds
I
like someone's sassy way of
think.
putting that they weren't together after that year. That's what it sounds like.
So yeah, a lot of really good songs. Oh, did that come up in that? No, it didn't. My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas came out. Alrighty. So before this all gets lost in translation, see what I did
Oh, 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 oh,
there? Let's get
oh.
into the episode. This is Lost Take My Podcast. Hi, hijinks.
Hey, BusyBee.
I'm not used to doing freeform intros. I'm used to like very structuring it out and then maybe going off script a little bit. But there were too many to
Why
choose
do you
from,
do
and I
this
didn't
all the
want
time?
to type it all out. What do you mean, like I do this all the time? I've done how many pages am I on? How many pages is this? 17. I've done 17 of these. Hey, it's my lucky
The
number.
fact, the fact that you have a scripted all is just fascinating to me.
You didn't think I had any of these scripted?
I'm just saying, the fact that you have it scripted at all is fascinating to me. Since
Just
I'm
the
like,
intro.
I'm just color commentating off the seat of my pants.
Blue.
You're right. Ding ding ding, a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Great. Now I'm hungry. See what we've done?
You're right.
Okay, so this week's episode of Lost is called In Translation, which is why I put it in my intro. And this episode was about Jin. We got to see what a cute.
Jin, not Gin.
Oh, I gotta go change my
You
water
look so
bottle.
excited. You look so excited. I had to make sure you knew.
Gin. For the record, folks, if you mix gin and Mountain Dew together, you get a doozer.
This is not that kind of podcast.
I can make that kind of podcast.
You're fuzzy.
My One of my favorite books I've ever gotten as a present is called Tequila Mockingbird.
You're still fuzzy.
I'm aware I'm still fuzzy. I can't fix it. I have to like lean in and then lean out, put my hand
I feel
in
like
it,
I've
and
been
shake it
drinking.
all about.
But then I feel like I've been drinking and I have not.
I haven't been either, and I have alcohol available to me. But no,
I
I
saw
am
the empty
here.
bottle.
We refilled a decanter. Stop it.
It was empty. I saw the
The
bottle.
really big bottle of Woodford is, yes, empty because the rest of it is in the skeleton decanter.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. I'll go grab it. Squishy just said, I can see it right now. I can bring it. Do not pick that up. I said,
Why is
don't
she
pick that up. And then I heard a thump in the other room. I'm terrified. So, alcohol talk aside, we should get into the
Why?
podcast. Talk about Jin Jin.
Yes, Jin Jen and son. And now we know what he really does for her dad, which
He was
was
a
not
cinnamon
fun.
roll before her dad took a blowtorch to him and burnt him to a crisp.
Yeah. We had all sorts of stuff come out. This was like the holy crap Jen and Son episode.
This is
Everybody finds
why
out
we
she
know
can speak English, including her husband.
it looks like your old man didn't know either. The
Everybody
look
beating
of
the
betrayal.
Jen had a really rough episode. I mean, seriously. He was getting the crap beat out of him by
Hey, but it shows where they got the
at
dog
least two
from
people.
that I mentioned from
Yeah.
Sun's episode.
Yeah. The Sharpay. Yeah,
Yes.
but you got Michael was beating the crap out of him. Sawyer was beating the crap out of him. He still can't speak English until the very end when he
He
said
he could say
boat.
boat. So
But
before we
yeah,
get into the main guts of the main storyline, let's talk about some of the side quests that went on. So, one, we have, you know, Hurley, and his dead mother self trying to cheer up Jin by bringing him fishing poles. Just
Hurley.
talking to him like he could understand. Oh, and the thing that we will get back into because we mentioned it last episode, Hurley's face was on the TV screen.
We didn't mention it. We
No,
said
we
that there was
mentioned
something else
that
we were missing.
they're like we're starting to weave things together.
Yes. So
So,
in the background of when Jen was going over to one of the that
buying
one dude's
hens
house,
or whatever.
yeah, you see Hurley in the background.
It looks like it's like a news story.
He's Yeah, he's on the TV in Korea,
We know
which
you can tell by his accent. He's clearly American.
yeah, he's clearly American, but there is Korean writing on the TV. So obviously, for him to be on the television set in Korea, something big happened with Hurley. So that's the first. That's probably the bigger clue, probably the biggest clue that something big happened with Hurley. And
Going to
we
happen.
find out very soon what that is.
We find out that we love Hurley.
And that he wasn't joking with Walt.
I am good for $83,000.
Yes.
Which Walt
So,
brings up again this episode.
yes. Well, I think the last time we had talked, it was like 22,000 or 23,000. It wasn't the 83,000
It's
yet.
clearly gone up.
They obviously been continuing to play. Yeah. So, But yeah, like I said in the last episode, the crossovers are them they're interweaving, interconnecting in each other's storylines are a little bit more significant than they've been in the past. Instead of it just being like a brief glimpse of, instead of it just being the brief glimpses, we're actually getting little kernels of, and sometimes more than a kernel, a whole cob.
I was gonna say we're gonna get a whole cop here.
Well, with Sawyer and Jack's dad, it was more of a cob. This was,
It's a
eh,
kernel.
you know, a good chunk. If you think about it, it's one thing just to see Hurley on the TV set, but for him to be on the TV set in Korea, obviously it had to have been something big. So anyway, that was definitely something that caused some speculation on the boards. Let's put it that way. Like, what
Mhm.
in the heck is
Did y'all
Hurley doing
see
on the
Hurley?
TV?
And of course, this is before like instant streaming the next day. You had to either have it TVR or whatever the case may be. DVR, there we go.
Yes, we
That's the
had
word.
TiVos. We had
TiVos.
TiVos.
Not everyone had TiVo.
I had TiVos.
I know we did. I know at some point
We
Hulu
had
became a
TiVos and
thing.
we had we had DVRs and VCRs. Remember those things?
Yeah, I remember those things. I know how to use
I
one.
do think, yeah, I do think I did. I do think I was recording. I didn't really use DVR that much. I was recording on videos and such. So yeah, there were more of those crossover type things. But this was again one of the ones that was actually giving us a little teeny glimpse into what was to come, and
Means it's
finally
almost time for Hurley's episode.
finally getting Hurley's episode very soon.
And I will get my numbers to recap 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Yes, ma'am.
What'd you say? The numbers, man. The numbers. I know what the numbers mean to you. Sir, who's never seen past episode 7? I said
Why do you keep
sir, not
why do you keep
Siri.
talking to your invisible friend?
Okay, so some other stuff that happened in the episode. Saeed and Shannon.
Sitting in a tree. Yeah,
Yeah.
S-S-I-N-G. And look at Locke's actually turning into John Locke the philosopher. Look at him.
It's almost like the names mean something.
You think?
Hmm. Jack Shepard, the leader.
John Locke the
Michael,
philosopher.
who's a artist, like Michelangelo.
Archangel. Archangel.
Or the
Um,
Archangel, yes.
but yeah, the fact, John talking about, that everybody gets a new start on the island. Why are you listening to your brother at all? Why not make this your new start? And also at the very end, you almost kind of think that he's going to say, because of all people who want to stay on the island, you definitely think it would be Locke. But then he reveals to all of us that it was Walt who set the raft on fire. And we're like, what,
Mm.
what?
But then
And
when Walt's explanation actually makes sense. He's because in Michael's episode, every time Tamara, whatever her
Sarah,
name is,
Susan.
calls, it's to say, "Hey, we're moving to this place. Hey, we're moving to that place."
Yeah.
Clearly,
Um,
that's all Walt is used to, and he doesn't want to move anymore.
well, yeah, and he has a child's way of looking at it. For him, he gets, there's no school, there's no work,
He's
no
hanging out with
dad
his
going to
dog all
work,
day.
no mom. He's not
No kids to
seeing,
bully him
yeah, he's the only kid, so he gets kind of attention
until Claire's
and
baby gets here, and then he's gonna have to fight it for attention.
yeah, they don't fist fight um, for attention. Um, but he's been a little bit sheltered from some of the badder stuff going on, and he's got that child perspective of hey, it's not so bad. Oh yeah, Claire what got taken, but we got her back.
A couple of people died, but not a lot, just like 3 or so.
And he's been kind of sheltered from some of that in the discussions of what's going on. And, he wasn't there when
Yes, so far.
Ethan got plugged full of holes, and, he's not there for the fight scenes and all that kind of stuff. So he's sheltered somewhat from all, like all the other people we don't see, you know, the other people from the fuselage that we haven't seen, he's away from all that other stuff. So for him, he's playing in the sand with his dog or just running around, and he gets to spend time with these people. And so
He thinks
it's
Locke's
and
pretty
hanging out.
cool because he lets him play with knives.
Yeah. And even building the raft, though, it burned, but hey, I can help dad build it again. And
And
I
again,
can make
again,
it
and again.
not go out. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's just got that illusion that staying on the island is better than having to deal with reality. To him, it's like camp, you know,
Mm,
island camp. So
camp,
anyway,
woohoo!
woohoo, yep. So
Polar
that was an
bears.
interesting, yeah, it was an interesting
That
little twist.
whole new meaning for polar bear swim.
Yeah, polar swim at the island, not quite as tough as what you've heard, but yeah.
No, it's tougher. There's a polar bear swimming with you.
Oh well, yeah, that part is a little bit more dangerous than what we've been told. How did I miss this?
Let's see what else happened this episode. I know we mentioned Saeed and Shin. I like how Boone tries to get in the way, and Shannon's like, "Absolutely not! Don't listen to him. You
That
talk to
sounds
my
about
brother,
right.
Kim." I get the feeling that Shannon's one of those people that every time she'd walk past Boone after this point, just give him the bird every single time. Just nope, not talking to you. You're done.
Plus, she's like a foot taller than him too, so she can just turn her nose up and
Which
then
is
she wouldn't see
crazy
him.
because I almost said Damon. Ian,
Yeah.
not a short
Wrong.
guy.
Yeah, he is.
compared
Yes, he is.
compared to like everyone else in Vampire Diaries, he's one of the taller ones. Strangely enough. Nina Dobrev is like 5 foot nothing, it looks like.
Don't know, 'cause,
We're
well, a
doing
lot
our
of people in
research.
Hollywood, a lot of people in Hollywood are very, very short. So when you see someone who you think is really tall, they're not as tall as you think because a lot of people in Hollywood are very, very short.
Hollywood.
You heard me. I said what I said. But yeah, because I used to think that like wow, look at how old he looks now. Good grief. Womp. He looks a lot older now. Okay, I went too far. I went too far. Oh, he's not, I guess because he was only. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to say that because it's a spoiler.
I'll cut it.
Um, there it is. Oh,
He's
but
5'10". That's
like
tall to me.
that. I don't think that's even right. Ian and his siblings own a pizza parlor in Idaho.
Who?
He's in 5'9.5".
So his shoe is 5'10".
And he always has to wear shoes. I'm sure he's got lifts.
Nina Dobrev is 5'7", but his wife is 5'4". I guess that's why he looks so tall to me.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, it's like, um, stop it. Where are you going, cat? Well, guess who else? Guess who else is 5'9"? Maggie Grace.
Is that what
Shannon.
you're looking up?
Well, and
And
she's
you know what? She's
always was
probably on
always
heels.
and yeah, well, yeah, and all the scenes in Australia, especially, she's always got heels on, so she always looks like she's gigantic next to him.
She's got
What?
legs for days. Legs on stilts.
She's on stilts. Well, yeah, that's why Sawyer called her sticks.
Stilettos.
He called her sticks. because of her legs.
She got them
Elizabeth.
skinny ass legs. Hmm.
Now we're just sitting here going, look, everybody.
Hmm. This is a
Well,
separate fandom topic. How tall is everyone?
Jack is Jack. Matthew Fox is 6'2", so he's the one that makes everybody look short.
So
What are you doing?
before I looked up Ian's height, I looked up somebody else's because it reminded me of a meme I had seen. It's somebody's on a shelf. Somebody's where
You
he's
see what
not
he's
supposed to
doing?
be.
I know I made a space for him there because, but look what he's doing.
Rep. 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 He's making sure his scent is all right there.
No, he's using it to rub
His jowls.
his whiskers. No, I
Mm.
had to make certain spaces on the shelves so he could get where he wanted to go because he was just walking all over my stuff. So he's like, "This is my path. You need to make it here, or I'm just gonna spread kitty litter all over your
I love
clothes
what
and
you
stuff.
done with the place. Change it now.
I like this and this, but this needs to move." Yeah, he showed me where his path would be, and
I don't
I
know why
had
you did this
to
without
change it for him.
consulting me first. I mean, really, it looks like crap.
Your design skills are crap.
Him getting all snooty. Like, oh, crap, what's his name? He reminds me of Stanley Tucci from The Devil Wears Prada. Who's that?
Oh,
I guessed an 8.5. Oh, sorry, I
you're
was
so off.
watching The Devil.
I don't even know where we are right now. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Everyone's
Oh, we were
heights.
talking about we started with yeah, we were talking about Shannon and Boone and
Hold on. I mentioned that before I looked up Ian Somerhalder's height, I looked up somebody else's because it reminded me of a meme. Um, so everyone refers to Dean from Supernatural as the short one. But if you look at a
it's just
chart,
Padalecki is 6'4".
Jared is 6'4". But if you look at a chart
I didn't know that.
for Super Wholock, which is Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock, and all their heights, Jensen's the second tallest one.
Yeah, and
He's like
he's
six
like
one, 6'2".
6'1". Yeah,
And then of course we got like Martin on there who's like 5'6" maybe. But
but the
everyone else
thing,
is
I
like
mean,
maybe up to 6, maybe 6'1".
but
But
like
the two
the
tallest.
like the average height in Hollywood is, I mean, for like leading men, it's like less than 5'10". I mean, it's less than the average height for men. A lot of them are right around the 5'8", 5'9" kind of. And that's why because I thought Christopher Hemsworth was like huge, and he's only like 6'1", 6'2". But because as Thor, he looks gigantic because he's around like Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo and them, but they're only like around 5'10". And I thought him and like Tom Hiddleston were huge. They're like 6'2". But next to all the other guys, they look ginormous.
And it
You
reminds
really
me
need to
of
get.
one last one. Alfred Enoch, who plays Dean Thomas in Harry Potter. He's so tall.
Oh,
Ow,
Dean. Okay.
that hurt. He plays Dean Thomas in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He's 6'4", whereas like everyone else under 5'10".
He doesn't look 6'4" though because of the Weasley twins.
They probably have him squat next to everyone else just to make the shots look normal. But when they pick out the kids when they're kids, they don't have no idea who's going to grow at what height. So him and Matthew Lewis and the twins all shot up, and everyone else stayed about the same height the whole time. I see you in the background this whole time.
Phelps twins are 6'2.5".
I thought you said the Elvis twins, and I got very confused. You said Phelps.
Wait, at least one of them is. Let me see if they're both the same height. I think one of the Phelps twins is shorter though. Let's see if I'm
They're
right.
not identical?
I think they're identical. Nope,
They're
they both do list 6'2.5". They're both married.
married?
They're both married.
Are they married to twins?
I don't think so. I haven't watched their baking show yet. I need to.
We do need to. We also need to get back on track. So.
Huh? What? Somebody's throwing stuff.
Squirrel!
Somebody's throwing stuff.
Look, this was an entirely different fandom topic. We do have another one
You're not good.
planned, but
You're not going to keep all that on there? Okay, go ahead.
oh, we are keeping all that in,
Oh, I know.
except for me yelling at my husband for whacking me with a piece of wood. Um,
For wackadoodling you.
he wackadoodled. Um, so what else happened in this episode? Hold on. So we were building the raft, burnt it to a crisp. Jin burned
As
the
one
snot
does.
out of his hands. No one knew why until Sun confronted him in English in front of everyone. And he said he put it out, or was trying to.
He was trying to and burn his hands. Why
Hmm.
did you say that?
And he knew
Because.
that his translation issue meant that everyone would just assume he set the fire. So
Exactly.
he effed off.
He gave her that. Really? You
I
can't figure that one out, babe?
do appreciate that no matter what was happening, Sun always tried to be on his side, even when he was in the wrong. Like when he was like covering her up and Michael came to like defend her honor and he was getting all up in his face and she whips around and smacks Michael. Michael's coming to
Yeah,
save her,
that
but she's with her husband. Also, Sun being able to like go into the water with a bathing suit at the end and her just look of joy. It feels so sad.
was it joy? I don't know.
She
I
hadn't been in the
consider joy
ocean
joy.
yet. They had been there for probably 3 weeks at this point, and she hadn't been in the ocean.
She'd been in the ocean, not in a swimming in a
She hasn't
swimsuit
been able
though.
to go enjoy the ocean. She's just been there, maybe.
She
Oh, I just realized something we forgot to mention last episode.
under you.
Locke out in the middle of the woods when he finds Sawyer and Kate. Totally not out there for the reason he claimed. He's out there
Well,
for
of
the
course
hatch.
not. Well, of course, yeah.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar,
Were
liar,
there
raft on fire? Because he lied, the raft got set on fire. This is all Locke's fault.
I didn't mean to. I made you. I'm sorry.
You made me yawn. It's contagious. Ooh, it's a wobbly. Piscine. It's stormies.
Daddy's young.
So hijinx got a bunch of wobble things to do. She's finally burning through them at a pretty decent pace.
I don't think I'm burning through them. I don't think that's
She's
possible.
actually doing them.
I'm doing them because I'm still working on your brother's Afghan too, and I'm regressing on that one because
Hmm.
I had my count off, so I had to pull out a couple of stripes.
So when I went down to see her, she let me do one of them and she gave me an extra crochet hook. So I was able to do the Hermione one and I finished it today. And she also gave me the Ravenclaw hook because she knows I have a Ravenclaw.
You
If
realize
you
I was
can't tell from
actually
all my
trying to.
trivia.
I actually was trying to find the Ravenclaw hook, forgetting that I gave it to you. I was like, I guess I'll just use the Harry Potter one, and I totally forgot that I gave it to you.
And when I pulled it out, you're like, hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Oh,
Alright.
that's right. I gave it to you because
Alright. Okay.
I need to show it to you before we log off.
Yes.
You
I
can
would
make
show you
progress.
Hermione, but she's sitting on my desk with her wand. That's the last thing I did today. I got her scarf around her. She looks so cute. Um, so when we were discussing fandom topics, one specific thing
So
happened in this episode that made you want to do this topic. And it was Hurley with his Walkman, and it finally died. He went, man.
which I totally forgot about that moment. That was so funny.
Which
But
I
yeah,
knew it was going to come up soon because the moment he like pulled out his Walkman, I'm like, I wonder when it dies. Oops.
look what you did. You did it. You caused
What
it.
you made me do.
But you made me. Okay, so as the song started playing, it reminded me. As soon as it started playing, I was like, "That's Damien Rice," and I bet that's from the O album because it literally shotgun. I mean, slingshotted me. Bat. I almost said shotgun. It was slingshot. it slingshotted me right back to 20 years ago. The
Back in
Damien
my day.
Rice. Was that when that album came out? I can't remember. Oh, I think it came out that year.
I can look it up. I still have a bunch of the Billboard stuff up.
Anyway, the O album by Damien Rice. That song, I think it's called Delicate.
I think that's what it said, yeah.
Oh my God. I couldn't remember the name of the song, but I immediately was like, that's Damien Rice. Because I got that album. I think, I feel like a billion of us, but a lot of lost people got that album. And just, I listened to the album a lot.
What?
It's
Why does
just,
that say 2000? Oh, it was released in 2002. Okay, that why does that say 2006, 2008? That might have been when they re-released it onto YouTube.
oh, why are you looking at YouTube? So it came out in 2002.
Yes.
Okay, I think there might be another song from it that might have come out on Alias, which is probably why I might have also known about it. But anyway, I know that it's also my why. Anyway, I just as soon as I heard it, I recognized it. I was like, oh my God, it's Damien Rice. Anyway, um, so the fun thing about the music in the episodes, for me at least, is that my my executive producer, the one
Your
that belonged to
personal.
me, my personal one, Berkey.
Hmm.
Um,
No, I knew who you were talking about.
well, for the people who don't,
Oh, sorry.
um,
I forget y'all are here sometimes.
for
I love you.
why I would like there to be other people than just you and me. But I mean, okay, it's just you and me. What you may not have known, here,
My
I'll just
mother
pretend like I'm
doesn't
just talking to
love
you then.
me.
Um, so Berkey, what he did was his main, I mean, executive producer, you can just slap that title on anybody, but they all did have like jobs. I mean, some of the executive producers were writers, I know. Um, and some did directing and stuff like that. But
What was the thing
mainly,
he said? I cannot direct, therefore I produce.
no, no, he said I cannot write, therefore I produce.
That's what it was.
Yes, he's not a writer, he's a producer. Um, he also says sleep is for amateurs.
He says what?
Sleep is for amateurs.
I love that. Hold on. Hey, Junior, you want to know a saying that Berkey says? Sleep is for amateurs. He said you can sleep when you're dead.
He also said that or something to that. But that one's been around. But yeah, he did not. Berkey did not sleep a lot because the thing about filming in Hawaii when they were still filming on film
Mhm.
was they would have to take the film canisters and put them on planes.
They
This
trusted
is
planes after what they did to the first episode.
I know, right? This is a weekly show. They would have to put the film canisters on planes to LA because the editing and the music is done in LA.
Mm.
I have no idea how they did ADR or any of that. Like where they do the dubbing. I have no idea how that magic was done. But I know that they had to put the film on, I know that that stuff had to be put on and sent, like the main whatever had to be put on planes. And there was a lot of stress
That
and
just
a
proves
lot
how
of,
much everything is
a lot,
advanced since then. You just
oh
click a
yeah.
button and the file transfers 1,000 miles away in an instant.
I, but Berkey was up in the middle of the night a lot. Berkey did post. That was his thing. He sat in the editing rooms and he did a lot of work with Michael Giacchino.
Michael
Um,
Giacchino, love
yeah,
him.
adore him. So yeah, Michael Giacchino did the scores. He scored all the music for Lost. And so Michael or Berkey worked closely with Michael, and he also essentially he sat in the editing bay with the editors and helped with the editing or oversaw the editing and that kind of stuff. And he was responsible, or he had a lot of the responsibility for the music and getting the rights cleared and all that kind of stuff. That was Berkey.
Mm,
So anytime there was, and sometimes he helped with the selection of the song, or like I said, whenever there was, whether it was the director or the writer or whoever it was that decided what songs they wanted to use in the episode, Berkey was usually one of the people who made that happen. Um,
running around getting the rights, all that fun stuff.
well, or making the calls or getting his assistant to make the calls and all that kind of stuff. So,
Delegating.
um, delegate, well, yeah, he was definitely that. But I mean, or, it was him. I mean, he could get through that red tape pretty fast. And, so, but then again, if there wasn't, when there's an episode on and there's a scrap of music and people can't figure out what it is or where it comes from, and they ask me, I could email him and then he emailed me back. So,
And there he
I
is.
became the person who could find out. I didn't, it was, I don't know if I don't know how often I actually asked him about what song was. I do know I asked him whose idea was it to use a certain song a few times. Because I remember him telling me, I remember him answering that question for me a few times. Um, and I think there might have been one like really obscure song he might have answered for me, like an instrumental or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that was my end. Um, or something. That was one of the things that I could do because of knowing him. Also, I teased him endlessly about the fact that um, he never got enough sleep. I sent him
Mm,
care packages.
no.
Yeah, so
Why don't you send me care packages anymore?
did I ever?
No.
This is the first time we've ever lived apart. All right, so what else? I'm trying to think of what other music things. Um,
One day I will post my link
which like,
to the playlist I'm making that every single song in order is the title of one of the episodes. So
what
like
do you
House of the
mean?
Rising Sun, easy.
Oh,
Uh Tabula Rasa, not as easy, but I found one. So they don't
oh,
necessarily relate to the episodes, but they are titled after them.
well, yeah. I mean, the music, epically important. I mean, the even the opening of Lost, that sound that is made when the Lost thing comes through. JJ
Mm-hmm.
did that. It's not credited.
JJ.
I mean, just like the opening credit or the opening sound for Alias, the little do 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 do. JJ did that too. I mean, so JJ is very
JJ is
musically
very
gifted,
talented musically.
which
And I don't know why I'm only now learning this.
that his
When it comes
daughter's
to
crazy.
Lost, I
Oh,
knew it when it came to Hamilton. But
oh,
for those of you who are not
uh,
aware, Hamilton used to do this thing called Ham for Ham, where they'd like give a small like mini show to people before they drew a lottery for people to go inside, and they just bought basic tickets. A couple of them, one of my favorite ones I saw was they had the previous King Georges all play the sisters and sing the song
knows it have to do with JJ.
because one of them I just remember the King George's one, and the other one I remember is when Lin Manuel Miranda came out with J.J. Abrams.
Oh, to do
And they sang the song that they did
the
for,
hut Jabba the Hut song.
yes, which was basically the Huttonese version of Shaggy's It Wasn't Me.
Yes.
They learned a whole
In
new language just for this song.
in hut in hut news, yes.
But I didn't realize that he did the intro to Lost. That's awesome.
Yeah.
My nerdy
Um,
self is so happy.
well, and the other thing is, well, the bad robot thing at the end was
Hmm.
was Gracie Abrams' debut, obviously, her and Henry. That's his oldest two kids. He's got three kids who are all much older now, but the two kids say in Bad
Bad
Robot,
robot.
that's Henry and Gracie.
Oh, I knew that.
That's before he had August. But anyway,
Before they updated the logo to actually have the robot running.
no, he ran. Well, no, the robot, the long version of it has the robot running.
Well, I'm saying the animation got
They do it.
updated.
They did that for that's the movie logo. The TV logo is the short run. The movie
And
logo is the long run. Anyway, yeah. So music is very important to JJ. So anytime, and I mean, in most projects, I mean, it's very important to Murphy too. So I mean, in most of the projects, the music that gets selected and um, well, and especially that's why him and Michael Giacchino, which I don't know, I know it's somewhere, but how JJ found Michael Giacchino was through, was it Call of Duty? Through a video game. I think it was Call of Duty.
like Michael Giacchino did the music for it,
Yeah.
or they were playing online together. I'm not sure what makes me more excited.
No, he did the music. But yeah, I think it was through a video game. But yes, you can look it up. They've talked about it in
My
interviews before.
research.
It would have been very, very early. Um, but yeah, that's how, and for a very long time, Giacchino was the only one that he would use for his projects. So, and then Pixar discovered it, or Apple, or was it Apple or Disney and Pixar discovered him, and he started scoring other stuff too. So he got plucked up.
He also composed the score for video game series Medal of Honor and Call of Duty.
There you go.
And then he went on to television series Alias Lost in Fringe.
Yep. Alias was the first one I did appreciate. He didn't do Felicity. Yeah, he did
So,
Alias. But yeah, Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure was the one that JJ heard him on, or that a friend of his told him about. But JJ is a big gamer. I'm in
so
Berkey.
um he won an Oscar for one of my favorite movies of all time.
Cloverfield.
No, it doesn't mention it. I'm shocked. I can double check his accolades to see if it's in there, but
He did Cloverfield. I know he did Cloverfield because he did because I remember the
Roar.
soundtrack. Yeah, I can't remember War. I
Roar
do
is
have in my collection of things that I got at Lost fan parties, I do have a small score, or like there's a score thing that's autographed by Michael Giacchino.
Oh, he got outstanding music composition for a series, dramatic underscore for the pilot. And he won it for Lost.
Well, season one, they won Outstanding Drama Series too, so they got a few
Yeah,
Emmys.
they did. Weirdly enough, I'm not seeing Roar listed as something that he was even nominated for.
Oh, I don't think he was nominated for it. I mean, it was from Cloverfield, but
No, I said that he won an Oscar. You said Cloverfield. Like, what?
no, I
Oh,
was
I'm sorry.
I was teasing.
He won an International Film Music Critics Association Award for Roar for film music composition of the year.
No, I know he didn't win an Oscar for that. I was teasing.
Here, I'll give you a hint. It's in the movie. 'Cause I have part of it on my desk. It's missing part of it.
You got it for up?
Hmm.
I didn't realize that. Or I didn't remember that.
What'd you say? Michael Giacchino? Where is it? Over here? Oh, there it is.
You find the
You want to
balloons?
see what Junior got me
No,
for Christmas? Well, you're going to.
no.
It relates to what we're talking about.
Oh, now you have to have adventures though. Bucky's
We've
doesn't
had
count.
adventures. I showed her a thing that says Our Adventure Book. It's a scrapbook album.
Bucky's doesn't count.
For the record, folks, when we drove the 12-hour journey down.
It's not 12 hours.
We can normally make it in 10 if we go overnight and we only stop twice. However, our daughter decided
It is not.
10 minutes after we left a gas station, she had to go potty. So we had to stop again. And that's the one time I know of that my mother checked my location. She texted me, step away from the Buckies. I was not even inside the Buckies. I was out in the car because I knew if I went in there, we would not leave for an hour.
Exactly. I told you to step away from the bookies.
I did no such thing. I stayed in the truck. Junior in the other room. She did.
Yes.
I was a coward. I stayed inside. Oh, yeah, hold on. I can tell you exactly what the thing was.
What were you? I don't even know what
It's
you're
an
looking for.
Academy Award is the Oscar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Best original score,
Oh,
2009.
for up.
Hmm.
Aw,
Is also British Film Academy Awards.
BAFTA.
It got the Up for Best Original Music. It got Critics' Choice Movie Awards, Best Score, win. Golden Globes, Best Original Score, won. Best Score Soundtrack Album for Motion Picture, Television, or Other Visual Media for a Grammy, Up, won.
Well, good grief, Michael.
Only
That's when he
nominated
ditched JJ.
for Annie's. But yeah, he switched over to Disney. Did a lot of Disney movies. It says he's done 8 Pixar films. It's only going up from there.
All right. Is there anything else we're talking about this episode? I'm trying to think what else we need to talk. So, Sun's secrets revealed. Her and Jen are a little bit on the outs right now. Jen and Michael
Jin can
kissed a
say
make
one English
up.
word. No, 2. He can say no, and he can say boat.
Jen and Michael kissed a make up.
You can't say that, or else I'm taking a sip.
Why are you drinking Mountain Dew at 10:51 at night? Is what I want to know.
Because my ADHD demands it, and I will fall asleep better.
Whatever. Uh, what else can I talk about this
uh, we've learned that
episode?
Sawyer wants to get off the island, and he's willing to barter for it.
Oh, yeah,
And Michael's okay with that because he needs items.
yeah.
But I mean, Sawyer gets a little prissy when it comes to people messing with the boat. You got rid of
We've
our
seen a,
ticket out of here.
we've seen a lot of Sawyer's angry face over the past 2 episodes.
Sawyer needs to cool it on the angry face. My God.
This is like he's got this one very specific angry face. I just realized like we've seen a lot of his angry face. He's like
It says,
anger
I want to go
face.
home.
Well,
Everyone's
yeah, I
being
mean,
mean to
but
me.
why? I don't know why he wants to go home. Why he wants to get off that island? I mean, he's pretty much well, except for the boar.
The boar's out to get him. He doesn't know if it's ever going to change its mind.
I mean, it kind of feels like he'd be thrown in jail once he gets back home for all
They
we've
gotta catch him
seen.
first.
You gotta catch me and gotta figure out what my name really is. So yeah. Um,
If that's your real name. Eepity-pity-pity.
all right. Yeah, that's all I can. I can't think of anything else right now.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for watching another episode with us. I have no more facts because I recorded this immediately after the last one, and
You're welcome.
there have been no new subscribers in the past hour.
You sure? Have you checked? Have you checked?
Yes. I reloaded the
Liar.
page. But I knew the chances are slim to none. Woe is us, because no one knew that I was looking for new subscribers within the hour. However, what I'm getting ready to do is hold up my or my knitting project. I've been crocheting for 2 weeks and now I've switched to knitting and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm gonna hold up
Obviously.
my knitting project and she's gonna hold up her crochet project after we're done. And I'm gonna take a picture and post it on Instagram because I never do. We'll see about getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, good night, you all, everybody, as I've been told to say.
Goodbye, everybody. That's what you're supposed to say. That's what we used to, because we used to sign out at you all, everybody.
It's your face isn't getting posted. I don't know why you're putting it in front of your face.
Well, I don't want my background posted either. So.
Well, I will put like stickies over us. I gotta take the picture with my phone. Hold on. Jeez. There we go. This is staying in the episode. I took the picture. Y'all heard it. Maybe. Now we'll post it to our
Heard it.
Instagram after I put smileys over our faces.
I
All
am
right.
making Stormy, who is Pusheen's sister, brother, I don't know,
Sister, I think.
androgynous.
Because I think they're sisters. I know Pusheen's supposed to be a girl because Stormy constantly refers to her as sister, but
Oh, yeah, I know that Pusheen's a girl, but I couldn't remember what Stormy is.
I think Stormy a girl too. She's checking the packaging, folks.
It doesn't say.
Awesome. Alrighty. With that said, I was yelled at for not saying you all, everybody, last episode, so I'm doing it now. Good
Hey,
night.
y'all,
You
I
all,
just said
everybody.
you don't have to sing it. All right,
Yes,
good
I do.
night, you all,
How else am
everybody.
I supposed to say it? Every time Charlie says it, he sings it.
Well, that's because he's a dork.
He's a cute dork. We like him. We
You
want to
like,
keep him.
you like him.
Of
You
course
will
I do.
be sadly disappointed.
Here. I like Mary. Go on, Pip. All right. Good night, good morning, whatever it is for you. Are you gonna say bye? You can say bye to our
I
people.
did say bye. I have like 3 times. This is like the end of Fellowship of the Ring.
You know what? It's fitting with the you all, everybody, and now this. It's perfect. I'm ending it now. Goodbye.